Yo, what's up, guys? So, make a quick video. This week was really challenging. I just kept tripping. I was kind of confused. Well, where's the direction of the week? Second guessing myself here and there, and I honestly was like, okay, let me just make a video in order to fully explain to myself what happened. Let me just go in deep dive, see why we did what we did, and yeah, so I came to the conclusion and I figured it out for the most part. So let's start out with going back into replay to Monday and then pretty much just do a rundown of the week. So we start the week off just running up to the sky after Friday. We can see we went up, up, and then there's Monday London, and we create Monday's range. So there's 10 a.m. Obviously, I'm skipping through Monday because we need to get that true week open in order to see. Then we can use the previous range in order to guide our way through the rest of the week. So there goes Tuesday, London. All right. So now what do we see? Okay. So we see Monday um, fully expand in the Dow way past ES and then Q, and we see this nice 4-hour precision swing point. Bam, bam, and then over here just flat on down. So now we can go down to the 1-hour chart and examine further. Okay, let's get that back in there. All right, so here we are on the 1-hour chart. And what do we see now? Okay, so we have Monday range created, and we have, where is our good old true open? So true week open was created, and well, I guess I'll just open them all up. Yeah. So true week open is created right here at the low. And then what do we see? We see us go right above it. NASDAQ, yes. And then Dow failed to go into it and then came a bit lower. We also see, I believe, yeah, over here was a daily cycle crack, I believe. And then we went lower. So after that, we have a retracement back up to true week open. Let's see that candle. Bam, bam. All right. And here we are, Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. We run up higher. Um, Dow runs all the way back into about halfway of Monday range. ES and the Q are a bit staggering off. We have this gap on NQ along with ES. On ES, it was already had immediate rebalance, while on NQ, we still have the gap available. Okay, and now we see our first major crack in the week. It is Tuesday at 9 a.m. We see a precision swing point that swept this liquidity and touched into the fair value gap that already, oh, that fair value gap doesn't exist on the ES. Okay, so there is no fair value gap on ES, but there is one in NQ. We touch barely into it, just sweeping this high, creating, we created a doubling doubling daily cycle SSMT that was hidden here. You can sort of kind of, well, you can't really tell here, but that's we created it there, and then also we had the Dow run way higher, creating a PSP. So now, what do we see? Okay, so right here we can see we had a weekly cycle, SSMT, but here's the catch: is this low a PSP? No. Is this low a PSP? No. Okay. So then we have a symmetrical low and a symmetrical low. So we have sequential SMT between symmetrical lows. Slightly lower probability, but it's all right. Then we run to the highs. We create a PSP, and then we use the 1-hour PSP along with that day, along with the 1 hour SMT, what is it called? SMT fill to go lower, and that daily. So those three confluences to send slower, along with the new week opening gap, because here we touched the E while here we dug through it, and here we were way too high above. Okay, so then we come lower. Dow expands all the way below, um, what's it called? What is this? All the way below London, sweeping these two lows that were expected to be swept as they are symmetrical, and it's just resting liquidity for our next bearish sweep. So then we can see Dow expanded a little bit too far, I would say, compared to the other two assets. But if we look at Q1, when we see a lot of volume imbalances in Q1, we can usually expect them to be filled in Q2. So Dow made this beautiful little setup and swept most of these volume imbalances. And then, okay, there's next candle, comes even lower, sweeps all of Q1 completely. All of Q1 is now swept on ES and then Q as well. Okay, now this is 12 o'clock. We see a lunch reversal that sends us higher. And what do we see here? Okay, so we have Friday liquidity swept on ES, Friday liquidity swept on NQ, Friday liquidity rest untouched on Dow. But we did sweep Q1. Okay, so we are now retracing. Why are we retracing, not reversing? Well, if we look back to the 4-hour chart, the only possible way we could be reversing is if we have a crack in correlation on this chart, on this time frame, which I do not see anywhere other than, you can say, this SMT fill. But that's not sequential, and there's no precision swing point there that can confirm price. Meanwhile, we have this PSP still there at the highs, and yeah, that's about it for the 4-hour chart. Then this gap that we just respected. Okay, let's go back down to the 1-hour now, as we can confirm that this is a retracement, not a reversal, as we have no signs for reversal. Okay, so here we are back on the 1-hour chart, and we are expecting pretty much to just expand and then have a crack in order for price to be sent lower. So let's wait for that crack. Okay, so Dow dug deeper, creating this precision swing point. Okay, so we have a PSP here, and this is a bearish precision swing point. Now, one more thing. Okay, well, let's just keep going. So it's here. Okay. So what is this? Tuesday evening. Okay. All right. London. Wednesday, London in place. We see a daily cycle crack between Tuesday to Wednesday, as Wednesday got swept on Dow. Now, the precision swing points which we are looking for should be bearish, as our bias is bearish, as the last weekly cycle was, well, I can't say weekly cycle. We had the SMT fill here, that PSP, and we had no cracks at the lows. So right now we have weekly to go higher, but there's nothing. Because I wasn't looking at the charts during London here, so I don't know what to say. But we had weekly to go higher pretty much at this point, and then We were just supposed to be waiting for the next crack to happen for us to get sent lower. I think that's pretty much the way to put it. Okay, so here we go. 8 a.m. Volatility in place. Okay, and perfect. All right, so what did 8 a.m. do? Did 8 a.m. this wick take out the previous day wick? No. Did this wick do it or this wick? None of them did it. So we are still supposed to be bullish. So this retracement down, the only sole purpose of it was to generate liquidity, to continue higher, and just to push higher until we have a crack, and then to take these lows out. Now the meaning of these puzzle pieces are pretty much there's swing points that aren't PSPs, and the reason why I marked them out is because liquidity rests there that needs to be taken out, as there is no crack in correlation within them. As you can see, this is a PSP, which right here we have hidden. Most likely we had a daily cycle hidden here, and then we sent price higher. So we had this weekly with a 1 hour PSP. You didn't even have to look at this daily or whatever here. A weekly cycle with a 1 hour PSP is more than enough. So weekly cycle 1 hour PSP, and we're bullish till the next crack. So as you can see, we drew down, this one hit almost CE of this precision swing point. This one didn't even hit 25%. And now bullish, another candle of expansion. And what do we see here? Okay, this candle is about to take this high. This candle is about to take this high. Now, whoops. Looking at this current image, this precision swing point is green. And this precision swing point is green. While this one is, I guess, red, gray. It's just supposed to be left untouched. So, based off of this precision swing point, we can expect one of these two assets to be swept and then create weekly SMT, as the Dow is simply going to be unable to reach this high. Now, the mistake that I made this day was that I saw this buy, right? I saw the weekly crack, and then I was bullish, and then I was very pissed off that I kept trying to buy in here as we were going lower. Now, we had this weekly crack, but we didn't have any other cracks in order to confirm it, or in order to activate it to go to the highs. And that's my mistake that I did. I just don't wait for that extra confirmation. So the extra confirmation was right here at 10, and then obviously if you enter here, you could have had, let's do this, around 600 tick range to those highs. Okay, so next candle, as you can see, next candle took the high on NASDAQ. The ES didn't take it. And obviously the Dow is far from the highs. Now, something even more to add a level of precision is that this precision swing point was also bearish, and the Dow didn't take it as it shouldn't be. It should be left unswept. So this precision swing point is safe, this one is safe, and now we created another one at these highs. So this, what does this create? This created magneto, because right now here we have weekly cycle, along with another weekly cycle at the top, which will send price lower. And we have a precision swing point right here. So at this time, the hour right after that, I called out, okay, we are bearish all the way to those lows. I did not enter on this because I was fuming and I was incredibly pissed that I couldn't get buys here, and then I lost a bunch of money, and I'm like, oh my god, how is this happening? And I didn't short it. Now we have the PSP, and next candle obviously sell off, And right now, at this point, our draws are these lows. I mean, that's it. And just to add on to even more precision on the crack, this candle right here is a precision swing point above a true week open in the new week opening gap, and the Dow was not even close to the true week open. But Dow was above the new week opening gap, but that really doesn't matter because those two are above it as well. So now next candle lower as well, and beautiful magneto reaction. Now that's the end of the day for Wednesday. Right. Okay. Now we see Thursday. Thursday's draws should still be these lows. And as we can see, we have a retracement back up. We touched that new week opening gap right there at 3 a.m. It's pretty clean. PSP, 4 a.m. PSP, London high. Bearish PSP on NQ, bearish PSP on ES. Let's see if it was held. Okay, interesting. So the PSP on ES got swept. Right here you can see. The bodies didn't sweep it, just the wick barely did. NQ PSP held, and then the Dow obviously got swept because it was bullish. The candle was bullish. So as you can see, we expected it to be swept right there. It didn't touch this one because obviously it's protected, and then price was sent lower. Here is the 9 a.m. sell-off, and then 10 a.m. comes down and takes those Tuesday lows, as these are symmetrical. These lows are symmetrical. This precision swing point is now a magnet to price, as we had magneto coming from the previous day, the weekly cycle lower. And then just now, a couple hours ago, we retested this level, came lower, and then we needed a nice beautiful close right here to collect all those resting orders below. And there we are at real time, 3:48 p.m. or 15:48. And that is an explanation to the week. And what do I anticipate for the following week? Well, if we go over here on the 4-hour chart, we can clearly see that the monthly cycle, Q1, simply just expanded higher. And when you see this many volume imbalances and just a Q1 that just completely ripped out of its mind, you can anticipate it to have it retraced to and just completely cleared out, which is very similar to what we saw right over here. Q1 went straight up, Q2 swept it all. So same kind of idea will be for all this Q1 liquidity. So I'm expecting us to drop a solid 5% next week, and really anticipating on price being a little bit cleaner than it was this week. I mean, this week was a mess for us, but I gotta work on it. Gotta, you know, get my head out of my ass when the price isn't doing what I want it to do, or I don't see what's happening. So, but yeah, that's it for today, and thanks for watching this analysis.